Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing the TMI tag, and please excuse if you see any cats wandering around in the background. My cat's just kind of wandering about and doing their own thing at the moment. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be doing the TMI tag, which seems to have been doing the rounds on YouTube recently, and it looks like really fun. And I haven't done a tag, it feels like, in years. I haven't done a tag in ages. I know when I first started out I did loads of them, and I just kind of haven't done any recently, so don't be surprised if you see a few more tags pop up in your subscription boxes. But like I said, I'm going to do the TMI tag, and there are 50 questions, I believe. Yes, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it, otherwise it's going to be a really long video. So question 1 is, what are you wearing? So I will actually show you. Today I am wearing this kind of black strappy top, this Aztec patterned open knit cardigan, open cardigan from H&M, which I showed you guys in my last haul, I believe. And I'm actually wearing pyjama bottoms today because I'm feeling lazy, I guess. So yeah, I'm actually wearing pyjama bottoms. Normally I am actually like fully dressed in jeans or something, but today I'm like all the other YouTubers out there and in my pyjama bottoms. So question 2, have you ever been in love? Yes, I have. I'm currently in love with Ben. We are engaged to be married. We live together. So yes, I'm definitely in love. Question 3, have you ever had a terrible breakup? I haven't actually. I haven't had a lot of relationships. I've only had two serious relationships, and the breakup from the first one wasn't actually that bad. It's quite amicable, so yeah, thankfully never had to go through a terrible breakup. Question 4, how tall are you? I am 5'1", so I'm a shorty. Question 5, how much do you weigh? I weigh 8 stone, around 8 stone, give or take a couple of pounds. Any tattoos? No, I don't have any tattoos, and I've always been one of those people who I didn't like the idea of tattoos on me. I don't have an issue with other people having tattoos, but I just never really liked the thought of them for me, and the pain was kind of my main issue. I didn't think I'd be able to deal with the pain, and that is still an issue. But I'd say over the past year, I've kind of been thinking about maybe getting a tattoo, which Ben isn't happy about. He doesn't want me to get a tattoo. He doesn't like the look of them. He doesn't think it will look very nice on me. But yeah, I've kind of been considering it. Like I said, pain is still an issue, but I have a couple of ideas for a couple of tattoos that I might like to get at some point in the future, maybe. So we will see. Watch this space. Question 7, any piercings? Yes, I have my ears pierced and I have my belly button pierced. OTP, which, if you guys don't know, I didn't know. When I first saw this tag, I didn't know what OTP stood for, and then I had to look it up, and then I saw other people's videos, and it stands for one true pairing. So kind of fictional characters that you think are just perfect together. So it's kind of a tough one. I think the ultimate has to be Edward and Bella from Twilight, obviously. That has to be OTP. But I also really love Delana, and I really love Nayli. I've been watching a lot of One Tree Hill recently, especially over the past kind of weekend. And yes, Nayli, One Tree Hill fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. Question 9, favourite show? That is a tough one. Kind of all-time favourite shows, I have 3. There's Friends, obviously, One Tree Hill, like I just mentioned, and Buffy. I really love Buffy, and I've been watching that recently as well. But kind of current TV shows, my favourites are Vampire Diaries, Pretty Little Liars, and Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory is something that me and Ben always watch together. We love that show. And then Vampire Diaries and Pretty Little Liars are my kind of thing. I think out of those two, Vampire Diaries is probably my favourite. Question 10, favourite bands? I don't really follow any bands. I don't even really listen to the radio all that much, to be honest. I just kind of stick my iPad or my iPhone in and listen to the music that I've got on there. I like what I like. I don't tend to kind of follow a band and love all of their stuff. I kind of just, like I said, I like what I like. So, you know, I like a couple of songs off of this album, I'll like one song from that band, a few songs from this person, and I guess if I had to pick, I guess Fall Out Boy. I do love a lot of their songs, and they kind of feature heavily in One Tree Hill, which is kind of how I got into them. So yeah, I guess I would say Fall Out Boy. Question 11, something you miss. America. I miss America so much. If you guys didn't know, a few years ago me and Ben went travelling for 6 months, and California was one of the places we went. We went to California for about a month, I think it was, and kind of just travelled about all over, and I loved it so much. That was my favourite place that we went, to be honest. And we went to Vegas, and I so want to go back to Vegas. Vegas was amazing. The heat was incredible, and it was just so different than anything I'd ever any other place I'd been to. And yeah, definitely America. I would love to move to America, to be honest. So yeah, America is one thing that I really miss. Question 12, favourite song? That is a tough one. Okay, I guess my favourite song at the moment, I don't really have an all-time favourite song, but my favourite song at the moment is from the Pitch Perfect album, and it's the Price Tag, Don't You Forget About Me mashup. I think I mentioned that in maybe my last favourites video. I love that film, I love that song, so yeah, I guess that one is my favourite song of the moment. Question 13, how old are you? I am 28, believe it or not. I'm going to be 29 in June, which is kind of scary. I'm almost 30 years old. I know I don't look it, and I don't really feel it either, but I feel like I should, and I don't know, I feel like I need to do some growing up maybe. I don't feel like I'm ready to be 30 yet. Question 14, zodiac sign. I am a Gemini, and I don't feel like I should be a Gemini. Geminis are known for, or like the typical qualities of a Gemini are they're very talkative, chatty, very bubbly, outgoing personalities, and that is not me at all. Anybody that knows me will know that when you first meet me, I'm very, very shy, I'm very quiet. I don't have a lot of confidence, to be honest, which is strange when you think like I make these videos, but it's different because I'm just sitting here in front of a camera. I'm not really talking to anybody. Obviously I am talking to you guys, but when I sit down to film, there's just a camera. You guys aren't all around me and I'm not chatting to you. If that was the case, I would be very, very shy and quiet, but it's just a camera. I'm kind of just talking to myself in a way, so it's a little bit different. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm a Gemini, but I am a Gemini in answer to that question. This video is going to be really long if I answer all of these questions with such long stories to everything. Where are we? Question 15, quality you look for in a partner. I think the main thing would be kindness. There are lots of different things, but I think kindness is the main thing. Question 16, favourite quote. I know Napoleon Hill said this. I'm not sure if he said it originally or if he got it from somewhere else, but the quote goes something along the lines of, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, which is basically whatever you can think of that you want to do and you really truly believe it and you go for it, then you can make it happen, basically. I really love that quote. Question 17, favourite actor. Female actor would be Emma Watson. I love her to pieces. I just love her. Male actor, I don't really know. I'm not a huge fan of anybody really, I guess. I guess George Clooney, just going for someone kind of typical. George Clooney would be my favourite actor. Or Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is amazing actually, so probably Johnny Depp. Question 18, favourite colour. I love purple. Lots of different shades of purples, but more the kind of lighter, lilac-y, lavender kind of shades. Question 19, loud music or soft. I think a lot of people have said it kind of depends, and it does kind of depend on what mood you're in, what you're doing, what song you're listening to, but generally, on the whole, I prefer softer music. Question 20, where do you go when you're sad? I don't really have a place that I go to. I know a lot of people have said that they go to their rooms or something like that, or curl up on the sofa. If I'm sad, I tend to like to go and sit by a window or go out for a walk. Just basically anywhere where I can see nature. I don't know why, but it just kind of calms me down and soothes my soul, I guess you could say. I really like being able to look out at the world, and it just makes me feel a bit more peaceful and a bit calmer. And generally if I'm sad, I'm kind of like getting myself worked up over something, so yeah, that is where I go. Question 21, how long does it take you to shower? It depends on if I'm washing my hair or not. If I'm not washing my hair, I can be done in sort of anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. If I'm washing my hair, it probably takes me more like 15-20 minutes, because I like the conditioner to kind of sit in my hair for a while, and I'll kind of find other bits and pieces to do, you know, like shaving, brushing my teeth, whatever, whilst I'm waiting. So yeah, probably I'd say between 10 and 20 minutes. Question 22, how long does it take you to get ready in the mornings? On a kind of typical work morning, it takes me about half an hour to 45 minutes from kind of like doing my makeup, doing my hair and getting dressed. So around that time, roughly. 45 minutes is kind of my limit. By that point I'm like, I need to get going, I need to get to work, otherwise I'm going to be late. So around that. If I've got more time, then I take more time to get ready, but generally on the whole that is how long it takes me. Question 23, ever been in a physical fight? No, thank God. 24, turn on. Okay, I have this one turn on in guys that a lot of people will probably think this is actually a turn off, but it's cockiness. And I don't mean a lot of it, because if somebody is overly cocky then it is a turn off, but just a little bit of self-assurance and confidence and just a little bit of cockiness. That, yeah, I really like that. And then question 25 is turn off. Bad breath, I guess, would be one of them. Question 26, the reason I joined YouTube. Basically, I watched YouTube videos. I kind of stumbled across this beauty community in April 2009, and I was hooked ever since then. And I kind of subscribed to a bunch of different people, watched their videos. I used to find somebody new, go back to the beginning of their channel, because back then there wasn't hundreds and hundreds of channels, because it was all kind of quite new still then. And I would kind of watch through all of their videos, get hooked. And yeah, I really liked the idea of it. It looked a lot of fun. And December 2010, I decided to just go for it. I kind of built up my confidence and I just went for it. And I haven't looked back since. Question 27, fears. Being sick and flying. The being sick one is my kind of main fear. That is the thing that stops me from doing things. It's actually a phobia that I have. It's gotten better over time, but it is definitely still with me, and it does restrict me quite a lot, and that is kind of the reason why I have a fear of flying. When it comes to flying, I don't worry that the plane's going to crash, that we're going to die, or anything like that. That has never been my issue with it, which it kind of annoys me when I say to Ben about me worrying about flying. He's like, oh, you're fine, you know. He kind of gives me statistics about how many plane crashes there are, and you know, it's the safest way to travel and all of that. I'm like, that's not my issue. I'm not worried that the plane's going to crash. I'm worried that there's going to be turbulence and it's going to make me feel sick. So they're kind of tied together, but they're my kind of main fears. Question 28, last thing that made you cry. One Tree Hill, strangely enough. I know that's going to sound really sad. Like I said, I don't know if I did say, yes I did say, I have been watching One Tree Hill again recently. I've kind of been going back through the seasons and slowly rewatching it all, and I've just started on season 5, and since that show ended, every time I watch any episode it makes me cry. Now, it didn't used to when I watched them the first few times, but now the show's over, I don't know why, but every single episode it makes me cry now. So yeah, that's the last thing that made me cry. Question 29, last time you said you loved someone. That would be this morning when I was saying goodbye to Ben, because it's actually Monday today. I've got the day off and Ben obviously went off to work, so I told him I loved him this morning. Question 30, meaning behind your YouTube name. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or if you've maybe heard of the film Girl Interrupted, but I really liked the name of that film, and that might sound a bit weird. I guess I am kind of weird, which is kind of coming out in this TMI tag. Yeah, I really liked the name of that film, but I didn't like the interrupted part, so I kind of changed that to inspired, because I was inspired to make YouTube videos, and I kind of want to inspire other people in some way, shape or form, which is what I'm kind of trying to start to get into now. Like 3 years after I started my channel, I'm now starting to try and bring in other aspects to my channel, but yeah, so I wanted Girl Inspired. And when I went to create that channel, somebody already had it, so I put that at the front and I got The Girl Inspired, and that's pretty much how I came up with my YouTube name. Question 31, last book you read. I'm trying to think back. I kind of have this habit of starting to read a book and then I never finish it, or I'll kind of pick a book up halfway through and still never finish it. I think the last book I actually read all the way through was I Heart Christmas by Lindsay Kelk, which I read just before Christmas. And then, where are we? Question 32 is the book you are currently reading, which is Breaking Dawn. And I haven't started reading that from the beginning. We actually watched Breaking Dawn a few weeks ago, and I decided I wanted to read the kind of last section of that, the kind of the last Bella section of that book, kind of just after she's changed. So I've kind of picked it up from there, and I'm now slowly making my way through that. But I haven't finished it yet, and I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I want to finish it, but I'm lacking time at the moment. So yeah, that's the book that I'm currently reading. Question 33, last show you watched is One Tree Hill. I actually watched an episode of that this morning, and I will probably watch some more later on today. Question 34, last person you talked to would have been Ben when I said goodbye to him this morning. Question 35, relationship between you and the person you last texted. So let's go see who I last texted. I last texted Ben's mum about his birthday because he is going to be 30 on the 11th of March, and we're just kind of making arrangements for that. So that's the last person that I texted. Question 36, favourite food. That is a hard one. That is really tough. I would say chocolate because I love chocolate, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't really get to have a lot of chocolate all the time. I have these chocolate chip muffins that are dairy free from Sainsbury's, which are so delicious, but I kind of have to limit myself on them because I have been known to eat 4 of them in 1 week, and it's kind of a lot. So yeah, I love chocolate if I can find a way to have it. But other than that, I love crisps, which again I need to cut back on because I feel like I'm having too much salt in my diet. Roast dinners, I love roast beef, roast potatoes, roasted veg, roast parsnip, butternut squash, sweet potatoes, that kind of like carby food. Pasta, I love pasta. Yeah, so I guess like carby type foods like that. Question 37, place you want to visit. The main place that I want to visit next is New York, but that's not going to be for a very long time because that's going to be an expensive trip, because obviously I'm going to want to spend it up in New York, obviously, who wouldn't, but I think I mentioned before, I want to go back to Vegas, anywhere in California, anywhere in America really. Italy again, me and Ben want to get married in Italy eventually, when we can afford to do that. So yeah, there's a lot of places that I really want to visit, but New York is next on my list. Question 38, last place that you were. This is kind of, I'm not really sure what sort of answer to give for this because the last place that I was upstairs filming this makeup. But if you mean outside of the house, then the last place I was the gym. Yesterday, me and Ben went to the gym together. So that was the last place I was. Question 39, do you have a crush? Not really, not unless you count Ben, but I'm not sure if that really counts. I don't have a crush on anybody else unless you're talking about celebrities, and if you're talking about celebrities, I guess Andrew Garfield from The Amazing Spider-Man. He is pretty yummy. Question 40, last time you kissed someone. Again, that was this morning when I said goodbye to Ben. Obviously I kissed him goodbye. Question 41, last time you were insulted. To be honest, I don't really get insulted that much. I kind of keep to myself and keep my head down and stay quiet, and yeah, people tend to not really notice me, so I really can't remember the last time I was insulted. Question 42, favourite flavour of sweet? Strawberry, I guess. Like strawberry chewits, that kind of thing, strawberry laces. Where are we? Question 43, what instruments do you play? I don't really play any instruments anymore. I used to kind of play the piano when I was in first school and possibly middle school. I played the recorder like a lot of people did. Yeah, I kind of self-taught myself the piano, but not really properly. I kind of would pick a song and kind of read the sheet music and teach myself the song and learn how to play that, but I was never that skilled in it. I never took any lessons or anything, so I don't really play any instruments. Question 44, favourite piece of jewellery? I would have to say my engagement ring, obviously, and this necklace. I love this necklace, both of which Ben obviously gave to me. Question 45, last sport you played? I'm trying to think back because I don't really play that much sport. I have an old knee injury, which I was excused from doing PE for pretty much most of my high school, because like we kind of found out about it at the very beginning of high school. So I never did PE or anything like that, never took part in any sports days there, and kind of have stayed away from sports since then because of my knee. A lot of like back and forth kind of sports like badminton, tennis, that kind of thing aggravate my knee, and my doctor kind of warned me to stay away from those sorts of things. So I've kind of just stayed away from all sports. I don't know if you would class running as a sport, but I guess so if it's a race, which I did Race for Life a few years back now, which I actually did a whole Couch to 5K series on that. When was that? A couple of years ago maybe? So I guess that was the last sport I played, which is, it sounds really bad. I do work out and stuff, but yeah, that's the last sport that I played. Question 46, last song that you sang. What was the last song that I sang? Oh, I think it was last night. I was singing along to Fall Out Boy on One Tree Hill. So that was the last song that I sang. Which that doesn't even tell you what song it was. You know what, I can't even remember what the song is called. I can barely remember how it goes right now. My mind is awful, I have such a bad memory. So other than that, I guess if I had to give you an actual song name, I guess the last song that I can remember singing was Gavin DeGraw's I Don't Wanna Be, which is the One Tree Hill theme song. Question 47, favourite chat-up line. I don't have a favourite chat-up line. I don't use chat-up lines, I never have, and I don't think anyone has ever used a chat-up line on me, as far as I can remember, so I don't have a favourite chat-up line. Question 48, have you ever used it? No, I don't have chat-up lines, and as I just said, I don't use them, so no. Question 49, last time you hung out with anyone. That would have been Ben, kind of having breakfast this morning, having tea and watching TV last night, but other than Ben, the last person I hung out with would have been my brother yesterday. And question 50 is, who should answer these questions next? So I think Honeylust Hells, IrvinKT98, and anybody else that wants to do this tag. So if you do, then please come back and leave a comment below letting me know so I can go over and check out your videos, because I'd love to watch them. But yeah, that's the TMI tag. Hopefully this video isn't too long, hopefully it wasn't too rambly, but I didn't want to kind of just give yes or no answers or one-word answers, because I think that's kind of boring. It's kind of nice when you get a little bit of background information to the answers to the questions. So yes, I'm going to let you guys go now. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe and check out all of my other links below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!